Welcome to week one of the Pranic Lifestyle Masterclass. You're going to love this course. Week one. Here's me with Master Choa Kok Sui in Victoria, Canada. And here's my mom here. I learned a lot from Master Choa Kok Sui about crystals, aromatherapy, rings, meditation, business. A lot from this man. So, I'm greatly inspired by the work of, Master Choa Kok Sui, and this work in the field of aromatherapy and crystals has been substantially manifested due to the great inspiration of my spiritual teacher, Master Choa Kok Sui. A few months before he had passed, I was talking with him, and he was saying, we would write a book together. He's like, hey, why don't we write this aromatherapy book together? Because I had been talking about him before about writing this book about aromatherapy. And he said, let's do it together and, have a product line and everything. But then, he left his body a few months later. But yeah, this is Master Choa Kok Sui here. And, I have to say that this none of this is evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and we're not telling you that anything we're saying can like diagnose, treat, or prevent disease. Okay, just go ahead and read that. So pranic lifestyle is a way of life and uses energetic aromatherapy and energized crystals that are blessed with certain kinds of energy, such as healing, prosperity, and love. This is the secret of all the healing oils, and hear about the oils in the Bible, and the Egyptians using oil, and all these religious organizations. They have oil. They're touching people in the head with oil, and they're falling down and getting having miracles. And then you always see like the Pope wearing the ring, and the mafia. They got these rings of power. They have this Lord of the Rings, because you can actually like infuse rings with power, like certain energies, and so when you put them on, it puts you in contact. It's a point of contact. Same with the oil. And over the 8 weeks, we'll be covering, actually going pretty deep in the history of the oils for healing, love, and spirituality, and more. The chemicals inside essential oils, as well as the energetic properties of them. And in the bonus section, we're going to have the all the oil profiles, where it tells you like, oh, bay laurel does this, activates the crown, and this and that. Like bay laurel was it with the oracles of Delphi? They burned these laurel leaves. Um, and you remember the ancient Greeks, they had these things they would wear around their head, like leaves. Well, these the oracles of Delphi, they would burn that plant, and it would make them clairvoyant, or help them be more clairvoyant. And when we're talking about essential oils on the major and minor energy centers, like, I mean, you could put an oil on this chakra right here, or like the jaw minor on the ear, different points, the major chakras. We're going to be talking about aromatherapy for romance, relationship healing, how to heal the energy cords between you and loved ones, beauty and skincare. Because basically, like, people's skin is damaged from the water, the sun, and I mean, a big part of it is that what they put on their skin. A lot of the cream and oil, it's full of chemicals, and the shampoo, even the conditioner, and then the water itself. So all this stuff can be, minimized by all you got to use is a shower filter. Water filter. You can either get one that's for the whole house, that purifies all the water that comes into a house. That way, you're not getting all those chemicals on your skin. And yeah, and of course, you have to protect from the sun and stuff, because that can dry them. But the what you put on your skin needs to be natural, like this basically butters and essential oil and herbs without all the other crap in it, because that all that stuff is like really poisonous. Um, Even laundry detergent. So yeah, and also how to know what's the colored energy in essential oil. Like if you want to, know what are the colors in, say, grapefruit oil, like white grapefruit. How can you tell what's in there? And also we'll be talking about aromatherapy for long distance healing. How to do healing, with aromatherapy sprays or even essential oils long distance. Very powerful. Aromatherapy for prosperity and abundance. We have lots of techniques that help disintegrate negative thought forms and emotions, help to purify your living space as well as the business, your business name, your website, your bank accounts, everything, advertisements, all this stuff, videos. All this stuff has to constantly, you have to like clean them, cut the negative cords, any cycling attack, and then energize it with love and golden energy to help attract people to you. And we'll go deep into aromatherapy and crystals for emotional and physical ailments. Aromatherapy on the acupressure points. How to diffuse essential oils. It's one of the most powerful and simple ways to use essential oils because it actually just lets out a cloud of like colored energy and healing chemicals. Aromatherapy for saunas. I tried this new ketogenic coffee. Oh, it's so good. MCT creamer. Um, but aromatherapy, we will talk more about this later. Aromatherapy for saunas. When you go in a sauna, especially if it's a public one, it can be really contaminated. So, I have a technique for powerfully purifying the saunas. But I also like to, you have two types of sauna. One's a dry sauna, one's a wet sauna. Like the wet sauna, you can put some essential oil, while the thing is spraying, and it just fills the whole place with, like, say, like if you're using tea tree, it's like filling the whole place with green energy, as well as carrying those healing chemicals into the room, and you're breathing it in. And then the dry sauna, normally they got the hot rocks. You put the little bucket with the and you got this blast of heat. Well, you can put some like eucalyptus in there with it, and you throw that on there, and it's just like, and you just like expel out of the pores, like just expelling like big time. And we'll talk more about foot soaks. These are a quick way to, just keeping the feet clean. You can fly high in the inner world by doing that. More on the research on the pineal gland. There was research done where, like, they would take sandalwood and they would see that around the pineal gland, the oxygen would move around the pineal gland. So when people would inhale sandalwood, the increased oxygen activity around the pineal gland, was activating the pineal gland. That's why sandalwood is known as a powerful meditation oil and like a really spiritual oil, as well as a love oil and aphrodisiac. But like it basically just opens up the your gateway to the higher realms. We'll talk more about candles. It's very powerful. When you have the little flame bean that's part of the candle, but when you put it, you bless it and you put like oil into the candle, that energy radiates out in the room. It's very purifying. Talk more about meditation, different techniques to use before meditation and as well as even during meditation sometimes. Talk about soap. You can make your own soap with like liquid soap or bar soap to when you clean your skin, it actually purifies also energetically. It's a great way to cut negative cords and stuff like that. Pregnancy, childbirth, babies and children. I have two kids, and that they're actually born like both of them C-section. So I got to witness firsthand, the whole extended labor part and doing, pranic healing the whole time. To actually try to make the cervix move apart, right? And we're actually doing like certain colored energy on this area to make it like dilate. but I couldn't. I got all the way as far as it could go, and the baby, it just wouldn't didn't open far enough, and it was just taking too long, like many hours. Like I think one of them was like a 24 hours like labor, or it was like a long time, and the other one also went on for a long time. Um, but doing certain techniques to make it come open, and then we went into like the surgery room, super contaminated, like in a hospital, right? The emergency, the operating room that's connected with the emergency room, so it's like really dirty energy in there. So I was using different techniques to purify that as while we're in there, and then as well as like soon as the baby's born, I was actually using. Anyways, I'll talk more about that later. But we know a lot about aromatherapy for pregnancy, childbirth, and pranic healing, and babies, and raising pranic children, and we'll talk more about aromatherapy for salt baths and salt scrubs. And salt and coffee scrubs, sugar scrubs. This is a super powerful way to daily purify your chakras and aura. The bath is the best thing you can do, but like for sure a shower where you're scrubbing the whole body with salt and essential oils and even coffee, it's a very powerful expelling effect. So these are techniques you can use daily, and this is the pranic lifestyle. It's using these energy techniques all day long throughout your day. Pranic lifestyle is a compilation of reproducible information about essential oils and crystals for many aromatherapists, pranic healers, pranic crystal healers, doctors, and scientists. The tricky thing is that most people don't spend enough time on clearing their energy, so they let the anger and stress accumulate in their cells, chakras, and organs. It is good to purify your own aura and chakras and homes of negative emotions and raise your energetic vibration. These stagnant energies impact you, and they can block you in your relationships, finances, and career. In fact, if you learn how to quickly clear your past emotional baggage and daily stress, it's actually going to save you time and energy and open up channels of abundance in your life. My hope is to contribute new information in order to stimulate the use of this precious gift of God to the entire earth and to help raise the vibratory frequency of humanity. Love you, Mother Earth. The special energizing inessential oils and crystals are the secret power to our pranic lifestyle oils and crystals. One thing I learned from Master Choa Kok Sui is, he would take oil and he would bless it. He would clean it and then energize it, and it just magnifies the effect of the. And we'll talk more about this later. But the same for rings. What's called Kurishakis, or like your wishes, where you have like written goals, energizing stuff like that, but also like disintegrating like negative thoughts, like within yourself, as well as like psychic attack from the outside. It's very powerful. And cutting cords every day. Instant relief can be felt when using these consecrated oils and chakras. When you use them in the baths and in salt scrubs, and when you wear them on your body, like the rings and the oil, it actually has an effect on the chakras. It's very powerful. Essential oils, meditation, and crystals are a powerful ally for improving health, increasing prosperity, and in raising one's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual vibrations. Like, the Native American tradition, they're really big on the sage, burning the sage, and like, being in the sweat lodge and with the sage. It's super purifying. It's like a bluish violet color. And so when you smudge, it actually purifies like emotions, like energetically. In the church, you got the little kids swinging the thing, the smoking little thing with the chain. There's actually frankincense, and it's actually the colored energy coming out is like purifying all the negative energy before the priest. Because like when they're in the church, all the people are kind of expelling everywhere. Like, oh God, please forgive me for this and that, and like stuff is being expelled everywhere. And so when the priest walks in, from the back, they got the little kids swinging the frankincense to purify the energy of the room. So it's like in the it's like creating like a tunnel through the all the negative energy. But so like many traditions use this type of thing. In the temples, they're burning incense. It's another sandalwood is very powerful. Sandalwood incense actually purifies energetically also. When consecrated crystals are worn on the body, they have an effect on the chakras and aura. Like wearing a consecrated diamond can greatly increase the size and hardness of the aura. My spiritual teacher mentioned that there were many inner teachings about aromatherapy, and he strongly encouraged me to do continuous research to study the subject more thoroughly. This is Master Choa Kok Sui. I went to many, many, many events traveling the world with him, helping him out. Like the luggage boy. And he has a workshop called Pranic Crystal Healing where you learn more about, and you can get the book Pranic Crystal Healing by Master Choa Kok Sui on Amazon.com. I think there's an instant download even. Um, yeah, so that helps you learn even more about the natural power of crystals. There's actually a workshop that goes with that. You'll get to learn how to use protective amulets from psychic attacks, as well as how to energize rings and pendants and jewelry to enhance prosperity and protection for yourself, loved ones, and business associates. This type of thing's been used for a long time. Um, you know, there's a legend. Well, it's not a legend. It's actually like historically documented. But Moses had the staff, and the staff, and it's got like gemstones on it, and but inside it had oil. It had like a little part where you could put oil inside the staff. So he had the staff with crystals and like the gemstones and oil inside, and he'd do magic. He'd be like, "Pardon the sea," whatever. They have this chest plate of Aaron or breastplate of Aaron. In the Bible they talk about this chest plate of Aaron or breastplate. Well, it's actually the same thing, but it's got like I don't know 11 or 12. I think it's 12 gemstones on it, and they even tell you what here. Or, put this color here, and it's got this. Like, and so they had this chest plate that's supposed to protect him, and so it's like those all those crystals will be charged with certain types of energy to create like a shield around them of energy. So it's not necessarily like, oh, the metal is like protecting them. That's happening also, but like it's actually creating like energy shielding around them. Good stuff. In the Prime Crystal Healing by Master Choa Kok Sui, in the book and in the workshops, it teaches the properties of crystals, how to increase your healing power with the use of crystals by cleansing, charging, and programming of crystals, techniques to relieve and treat headaches, fever, mental discomfort, and much more. And you can get that book. If you don't have it, you should probably get it already. The Prime Crystal Healing by Master Choa Kok Sui. Go to Amazon.com and you can get it. Or on my website, I have it also. And you get to learn which crystals and stones are appropriate for which purposes. Using power rings. The secret is the secret of magicians and master healers for power, healing, and prosperity. You saw the Grand Master had these two rings, one on each finger or each hand. And you use color pranic healing or color pranic energies for facilitating rapid results. and you'll use crystals for anchoring specific energies, and also using special crystals to absorb and divert psychic attacks. Master Choa Kok Sui's book, Practical Psychic Self-Defense for Home and Office, I think it's called. And that's also on Amazon. Teaches you how to build these energy shields around your different bodies, your mental body. Because like your mental body, it's like your mental body, but it's also like there's the mental energy of like the whole world, right? Like your neighbor and the mental energy of the city. So like you shield your mental body, so it helps protect you, like your own thoughts, like inside your head, where like it helps make it to where your thoughts are your own, or more of your thoughts are your own. Because sometimes people with big auras, they can have other people within their aura, so it's like, and they can be picking up on their thought forms and be like, "Oh, this is a weird thought form. Where's this coming from? It's kind of weird." But it might not even be their thought form. It could be somebody else's. But shielding the physical body, super important. Shielding the physical body from like dirty energy of like places, but also like anyone wanting to cause like physical harm or danger. And then you have emotional body. So this is like your emotions, good and bad, but also the emotions of the whole world. Your neighbors in the city. A good example of this, like you're swimming in the aura. I think Master calls it egregor. It's like the mass aura of a city. And, a good example of this would be like, I'm a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs football. It's like American football. So like, say in my city, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. And so everybody for hundreds of miles around, they love the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And then say like we have the team from like, it's like 500 miles away, the next city, Denver Broncos, right? And so they have both cities are about the same size, 1 million people or so. But then you got people watching it on TV all over the world. But so say like when my team scores a touchdown, like when they score points, everybody's screaming and yelling. You got everybody at home watching, screaming, yay! And so you got this ripple of excitement, and actually it shakes the ground. There's like 80,000 people in the stadium here. It's the loudest stadium in the world, this Arrowhead Stadium here where the Chiefs play. And it actually shakes the ground where like on the Richter scale, the earthquake scale, you could see it, it's like I mean, it's like not enough to like, big, oh, it's like shake, but enough to like actually shake the ground. But say when my team, the team I like, and that's the city I'm in, like that team, the team like, does something bad, right? Or they're losing, right? And they're losing bad. And, they're losing for a while. You can feel that sadness and nervousness and like worry and like really just deep solar plexus energy, because there's like hundreds of thousands of people feeding this energy, right? And then so you can feel it, right? And so like say one of the, like say the team that wins, like say when Kansas City wins that night, it's normally like a Sunday night. It's all the energy is happy at nighttime. It's like everybody's happy. But then if you go and you scan or feel the energy of the like say Denver and they lost, it's sad. There's like an air of sadness, like slight depression and worry and like just kind of like sadness, because all the people are like sad because their team lost. It's kind of silly. They're so connected to the team, but they're like, oh, sad. So the whole energy of the whole city could feel depressed. So if you live there, you'll be like, oh, why do I feel depressed? Why am I feeling these emotions? I'm actually happy, but I feel, and then say like the next Monday morning, people would wake up still like upset, right? Especially if it's a big game, like the Super Bowl or something. Really like, and this is kind of weird. But this is one example of you can shield your emotional body against like stuff like this. And then we shield the chakras also to help keep them pure and uncontaminated. Yeah, so in Master Choa Kok Sui's books, you'll learn more about that, and we'll talk deeper about what he teaches in his books and workshops. So the healing, the rings are super powerful because they actually magnify the power of whatever you're doing, whether it's like trying to sell stuff, whether it's trying to meditate, whether it's trying to be more clairvoyant, or whether you just want more protection or to help purify your own body. Because you can wear a certain ring on a certain hand and a certain finger that it constantly cleans your chakras and aura. So it's kind of cool. So the pranic lifestyle gives you the power to learn how to easily energize gemstones and crystals with divine healing, prosperity, and love. Like diamonds have a hardening effect on the aura of the person wearing them. This is great for protection, and it also increases your willpower and helps root you down into Mother Earth. When you use, certain stones like garnet or citrine with a little bitty diamond on it, it actually has a very powerful effect on it. And even wearing the wrong shaped gemstone drills a hole in the aura. And most people are out there wearing, these rings, and it's actually not good. It's actually like makes your energy go down when you put it on. And gemstones also absorb stress and anger from the people wearing them. So if you don't energetically clean and keep clean daily, the energy of your diamonds, gemstones, and crystals, earrings, bracelets, whatever you're wearing on your body, anklets, ring, toe toe rings, navel rings, your body will keep absorbing the dirty energy from even the metal or the gemstone. And it actually lessens the effects, the power of these things. Like red garnet, it activates the basic chakra, which helps root you to the Mother Earth, and it helps you absorb prosperity energy. And when your basic is bigger, it helps attract more money to you. Citrine helps expel obstacles from your life. It's great for business people and executives, as well as anyone wanting more prosperity. Because, when you wear these rings, it expels obstacles. So garnet is very powerful for prosperity. When you're wearing it, your basic is bigger, and you actually helps activate the lower chakras, and you actually become more attractive. The basic becomes solid when you wear it on your dominant hand. The basic becomes like a brick. So basically, the effect of it, it helps root you deep down to Mother Earth. Because a lot of people on the spiritual path, they're kind of a space cadet. I'm clairvoyant, or like, oh, I just want to fly around in the inner world and stuff with the unicorns and stuff like this. But that's not good for prosperity because the basic becomes small when that happens. So if you're a super millionaire already, then that's fine. But if you want to make more money, you need to be rooted deep down into the earth. So garnet is for people who need help being more rooted to Mother Earth. And I can get these for you at praniclifestyle.com. We can get you like a custom garnet ring, citrine, amethyst, whatever you want, pendants. The diamonds, like when you put a diamond with the gemstone, it magnifies the effect, and actually just exponentially magnifies the effect and hardens your aura also. Diamonds are very powerful for psychic protection from negative thought forms. So it hardens your aura, so stuff can't penetrate as easily. And you'll learn how to, we'll teach you more about learning using crystals for anchoring specific energies. In Master's book, the Practical Guide for Psychic Self-Defense, um, talks about how to build these energy shields around yourself, your home, your car, loved ones, children, parents, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. Um, like a crystal like this, it's like a diamond-shaped crystal, and it actually sucks negative energy out of wherever you put it. Whether it's in a room or on the chakra. It's like a psychic assistant. This is a 24 karat gold rod crystal here, and we'll talk more about that later. And with those, you can, and all laser crystals can cut negative cords from energy vampires. A lot of people think it takes an hour or more to clean people's chakras and aura, but it doesn't. Delivery guy at the door there. Yeah, but when you have the right crystal, you can quickly cleanse and energize people's chakras. And if you're an energy healer who wants to take your healing power to the next level and speed up your healing times, then we've got what you're looking for. And here's one of the 24 karat gold rock crystals here. It's deep emotional healing fast. To get stones like this clear, it's like very rare. And most of these come from the mines in Brazil. And the ones we have, I handpicked these. And like on most crystals, if you look at them, if you look really close, you gotta look close. You'll see the facets, and a lot of times, they're 18, 16, however many. They're not even. They'll be like, I mean, it depends. Like if you see like the ones we have, the expensive ones, they're perfect. Like even the back, if you look at crystals, a lot of times it's not even, and the faceting is uneven, and even the faceting on the point, it's not even. So the energy, might go sideways. But if it's perfectly symmetrical, the energy moves like lightning. So you can quickly energize people and spaces and quickly pull down and project powerful healing pranas. You will feel the power when holding one of these. I can grab one here. Let me show you. It's a small one. So like this, I mean, you can clean a room, like clean people fast with one of these things. And you see like the faceting, like what I was talking about on the faceting, like even these little arches, like this one's one of the ones I was talking about. It's perfect, where every facet is perfect. You see these little arches there, where they're all perfectly, like you could actually measure them with a ruler, and they're like perfect. And then on the tip, see the faceting here, and then like the tip, like these facets here, like normally they're not even, and so the energy of the crystal might go sideways, or I mean, who knows? But this one here, and this optical clear, this one with the gold rod in the back. The gold rod speeds up the energy of the crystal. So within minutes, you'll feel lighter as gray energies dissolve from your chakras and living and workspace. And you know what? These cost, the cost of a short vacation. So if you're an energy healer who wants to take their healing to the next level and have a cleaner environment, you can use one of these and the Pranic lifestyle. And healing sessions become very quick when you do these, when you use these. And the contamination of the healer is also significantly reduced as this can hold a lot of dirty energy. I have one client who uses one of these to cleanse an entire hospital. You can see more about these at praniclifestyle.com. Normally they have like 18 or 24 karat gold, solid gold for me. Got to watch out for the hollow gold or the tube. It looks fat and like big and impressive, but it's hollow. So you always have to ask, is it solid gold or is that hollow? Always be sure to ask. We use solid gold here. And just by having one of these around the house or quickly holding them can fill your body with prana. And just holding your hand is very powerful. Cutting negative energy connections. See, the reason we talk a lot about the energy connections is because these drain your energy. So they're called like psychic vampires. They literally just latch onto your chakras and drain you. Hold on, the FedEx guy. Hold on one sec. Okay. So we're going to talk about cleansing crystals. This is super important. I hear many stories of healers accidentally breaking the tips or dropping their crystals. When healing crystals become contaminated, their energy is greatly reduced and can cause them to break. So the contamination can be released. Like if you get your laser crystal, like if you have one of these already, or any crystals or gemstones, and you just feel the energy of, or sweep it, like take a handful of the energy and feel the quality of it. And when we're talking about feeling or scanning, you learn this more about this in basic pranic healing, but like, or in the Miracles Through Pranic Healing book by Master Choa Kok Sui. But the scanning, you're just feeling the energy of it. Or you're with your hand, like, oh, how's this energy feel? Or how big is the energy of this thing? Or the chakra? And you're just feeling it with your hand. You're just sensitizing your hands, and you're like, when you go like this, you rub your hands together, you can feel, you should be able to feel like a magnetic tug, like here, like an accordion, or like a rubber band. And then later you'll be able to feel it out here, but like normally, like right here, right in there, like that, just go like this, you'll feel it. And so that's how you feel on the body. You can feel the chakras and stuff. But crystals are a natural modulator, transmitter, and container of universal life force. As they are grown within the earth, they take on a unique shape and often gather inclusions of other minerals that affect their abilities to absorb and transmit the energy of life. Clear quartz stones are ideal programming stones, and such crystals are used in common everyday gadgets as storage receptacles and retrieve information. Computers, cell phones, radios, and countless gadgets rely on the use of crystal technology. They can transmit energy from one quartz crystal to the other. The ability to store and retrieve information allows one to place their intention into the quartz crystal and boost the power of their own thought forms as the energy um, increases the power of manifestation. Like I could use, like, I could put a thought form in this crystal. Like, I'm so happy. 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 And so now that this thought form is like really strong, I'm so happy, and it's being magnified. It's like the crystal's like a steps down the energy and then transforms it into like something else. Um, Very fun. Um, yeah, this here is like a 11.5 inch crystal with a solid 24 karat gold, 2 inch gold, like extra thick gold rod. That's one of the biggest ones I've ever made right there. Sweet. Um, I've been using essential oils and the technology of Master Choa Kok Sui, which is basically his audio recordings of his ohms and different mantras to quickly purify not only crystals but my environment and myself. And you can tell the big difference when using oils on crystals. They become very shiny and vibrant. Like if I go and clean this crystal with water and some soap and some oil and wipe it with a cloth, it'll be like super shiny, energetically also, but not, and also physically, because it's like super clean. And I normally cleanse my crystals under running water after spraying, and I use lavender with salt to gently scrub the crystal. This process quickly carries away the contamination. So like I have like a little basin of salt scrub, and I'll teach you how to make that. But you take a little handful of it, and you wet the crystal first, and you just gently scrub it, and then put it under the running water, and just do that a few times, and it becomes super clean, and the contamination gets carried away. I started cleansing my crystal like this after helping Master Choa Kok Sui cleanse his crystal like this several times. And one time he was doing a mass healing on 250 people. There could have been more. This was in California. And then after the class, he handed it to me and asked me to go clean it. And so I was in the bathroom cleaning it. I think I was rubbing it with fine salt, and Master asked me if it was clean. I had cleaned it like I thought, oh, this should be good. I'm going to clean it with salt, right? And maybe I used lavender, I can't remember. When he came walking into the bathroom, he's like, oh, do you think this is clean? When I gave it to him, and then I said no, and then he grabbed it and he did something like he projected some powerful energy current through it, and they handed it back to me. He's like, "Is it clean?" And I said, "Yeah." It was like he ran some type of current through there. It was like super powerful. But the crystal was super cleansed and energized. So you can use a salt mixture of 30 drops of lavender oil with 1 pound of salt. You can make it in a bowl, and a bowl with a lid or just a bowl. And you'll cleanse and energize the salt and the oil, and teach you more about how to do that later. And you always just keep this near your sink, so you can do it on your hands, and you can do it in the shower. But you can also clean your crystals and your rings. You can clean your rings with this, and jewelry, pendants. Master Choa Kok Sui recommended putting a few drops of lavender oil on your hands when doing healing or energy work. It helps add violent energy to the healing that you're doing, and some more contamination is like pulled off the client, but also helps protect your hand. So if you take a crystal and you fill it, and then you put a drop of blessed oil on it, and then rinse it with running water, and then fill it again, the energy, and fill it. You should see a massive difference. Lavender oil, you can use pure on healing crystals, but using it for years, or you can mix it with an alcohol or water and use it during healing sessions, or use it as like this all around spray. Spraying by colored energy. When using essential oils on crystals, the crystals become affected by the colored energies of the oils being used. To tinge your crystal with colored energy, essential oils can be applied. So for green energy, you can add 15 drops of tea tree oil and 20 drops of sandalwood oil to 4 ounces of water. For orange energy, you can add 10 drops of eucalyptus oil and 10 drops of frankincense oil to 4 ounces of water or vodka. I mean, you can mix tea tree and eucalyptus, and it'll be like a powerful spray, for cleansing physically. When you spray it, green and orange energy comes out. It's breaking up dirty energy and expelling it. Very powerful. For red energy, you can add 15 drops of rosemary oil and 15 drops of patchouli to 4 ounces of water. For adding violet energy, you can add 20 drops of lavender oil and 20 drops of ylang ylang oil to 4 ounces of water or vodka. Pink energy, you can add 10 drops of rose oil to 4 ounces of vodka or water. This can be used on crystal on the crystal when healing children or the elderly with pink energy. Have some rose oil here somewhere. You just take a drop of rose oil and put it on the crystal. Let me go grab some. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. One sec. Okay. So I got the rose oil here. This is Russian rose oil. So I got my happy crystal here, or a ring. I can't find my ring, but anyways, so I would just take it, put a drop of rose oil on it. Ooh, now I can feel that in my body. I mean, so when I hold the crystal in my receiving hand, it's been filling me with pink energy. Like you could probably feel the energy of this. The pink energy is like coming through the crystal. So when I project pink, it's really is pink energy just like comes out. Pink, 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 pink. So it feels really good. Smells so good. You can get some of that at praniclifestyle.com. Let me go and take a. It's one of the techniques we teach here. You take the oil and you rub it in right here. This is the acupressure point for the solar plexus. So we'll talk more about that later. And I do both sides. And you just rub it in. Master Choa Kok Sui taught me this. It helps relax the whole body. And the pink energy is really good for emotional ailments like anger and stress and resentment. Blue energy, like blue chamomile oil, is very powerful. The blue energy you can put it on, on your crystal while doing healing. Whenever you're using blue energy. And another way to clean powerfully the crystal, you do all I talked about before, but you put it in front of a speaker playing the Om, or it can be on an MP3 player with a little earbud, and it can be silent. Not like all the way down, but it has to be like you hear it, but barely. If you don't want people to hear it, but like you basically just put that and let it play, on repeat, or at least one time, on your crystal, and if you put it in front of the speaker playing, the crystal in a bowl of salt with water and salt and lavender oil in the salt, and you put the crystal and all in front of the speaker. This is like, but first, you clean it with the salt and all that stuff in the running water. And this is super powerful technique. Super powerful technique. I mean, if you don't do any of the other stuff, doing this part is like very powerful. But at least clean it with running water, and this, you yeah, very powerful. Because most people don't clean their crystal enough. They'll do super healing, super powerful cases, like deep, like emotional stuff, very dirty energy, very nasty stuff. And they'll just spray their crystal and put it in their bag, and they're done, right? And I'm like, no, it's not clean. Um, so yeah, just take your crystal, salt bowl, put it in front of the Om, very good to go. And then you can reconsecrate it too. Master Choko's book, Pranic Crystal Healing, he gives a consecration for how to energize crystals. Um, Very powerful. So with when you have a crystal like this, you can just spray it and put lavender oil on it. Um, and you don't want to like necessarily put it on the down the back, especially if it's a cheap gold rod crystal. It can make the rod fall out. We've never had that happen though. Because you have to do it. When it's done right, you can put lavender all over it. It's not going to do anything. Um, so yeah, just talk about using the Om, and you can leave it playing there for an hour. And we'll talk more about the mantras later. But this alone will purify your environment. Like the energy of this doesn't just stay in the room. The energy of the sound of stillness, it can radiate like miles. So when you're like in the energy of a city, especially if it's an old city, the energy is very thick, and like when you play the Om, it like helps like dissolve some of that. But as soon as you turn it off, it's like it like it comes. It can easily come back. So when you're playing the Om, it's cleaning constantly. But you don't want to be playing this all the time. You could play the Lakshmi mantra in the daytime. The Lakshmi mantra also, has some of the Om stuff in it. But it roots you at the same time. It's not as like cleansing probably, but it's like activates the heart and the crown, and it roots you to the earth and helps bring prosperity. Um, but during healing though, a lot of healers play this, the Om Mani Padme Hum, very powerful. So rings, essential oils can be used on rings and pendants that are worn in the body. And when you wear them, they can be dirty fast. Like when you go out in the world, you go to the movie theater, you go wherever, like into the subway, and it's like, it's like not only are you expelling into it, but it's absorbing stuff from the environment, and then it's recirculated in your body. And yeah, your body just keeps absorbing the energy. And sometimes they absorb psychic attacks directed towards you. Like I've had like necklaces many times where like they've literally blown off my neck, or like metal chain, like these like breaks, right? Like thick cable, like chains, like and like crosses and stuff. Like somehow they took a powerful hit and this exploded off my body. I was like, thank you, thanks for taking that hit for me. And then I just got like a thicker chain. Um, but yeah, I've got one chain here that's like it's like a cable, and it snapped. And I have like other necklaces here too. They yeah. So you want to keep your stuff clean. And crystals that are worn on your body should be sprayed every day, even several times a day. Even, especially if worn during healing sessions or in stressful events or being in contaminated places like a hospital or funeral or whatever. I mean, when I'm wearing them, I'll spray it while I'm wearing it. Put some oil on there, while it's on my hand. if I'm out and about, and I don't, like. But every time I have a chance to go to the bathroom, I'll go in the bathroom and quickly rinse it, all my rings in the bathtub, and all I'm doing is like just taking some soap and cleaning it energetically with running water. There's nothing like the running water. I don't know why. It's just the effect of like carrying it away. Gone. I don't know. It's very powerful. So, and anything I wear on my neck, like a lot of times I have this, some bling. Um, but I wash it really quickly and put it back on. So every time I would go to the bathroom, I clean my ring and take off my necklace and clean it off with some soap and put it back on. And it always feels better. Always. So for like, you can use 3 drops of lavender oil, rose oil, or sandalwood oil on clear quartz, pink quartz, or amethyst. The concentrated oil will quickly purify and put lots of energy in the crystal. Like if you put rose oil on a pink crystal, wow, it's gonna be nice. Like lavender oil on an amethyst, like an amethyst crystal, it's gonna be very powerful. Rosemary, you can use rosemary, patchouli, or money oil, or I have the Kree Shakti oil now on garnets or rubies to help add more red energy to them and to purify them. You can use frankincense oil on orange stones like citrine. The happy spray or the rose spray contains lots of green, violet, brilliant electric violet, and pink energy. You can use it on rings, pendants, during healing sessions. You can get it at praniclifestyle.com. That right there's your pink quartz extractor. And sometimes we make a soap, and you can make your own. You just take a big thing of soap, liquid soap, put essential oils in it, and bless it. And when you clean your body with it or your crystals, it's a very powerful cleansing effect. And you can use these crystals to help energize your entire aura and seal up any holes in the aura. And so throughout the day, you can do self-healing on yourself at least once a day where you quickly clean your own chakras. It's super important to do self-healing. Like a crystal like this, you can hold it in your receiving hand. So if you're like, whatever your dominant hand is like your dominant hand. I'm talking about so whatever is not your dominant hand is your receiving hand. Most people it's the left hand. So I would just hold the crystal and I would tell it to like energize my body with green energy for 1 minute or pink energy or whatever. And then it's just filling my body with energy. Like I'd be like, Crystal, you will energize my body and chakras with pink energy for the next 1 minute. And so whether I'm holding it or just putting it down, my energy is being filled with pink energy and it's radiating out to the world. You might be able to feel it coming out. So we offer a line of like, healing crystals, whether, you need disintegrators, extractors, the laser crystals at praniclifestyle.com. When blue gemstones such as blue topaz, blue sapphire, tanzanite, they have an activating effect on the forehead. So when you wear, these on the your receiving hand, the forehead gets big. So it's you don't want to be using when I'm driving and stuff, but like at nighttime for stress relief, after you're done working, you can wear one of these and it's like relaxes you. And it helps reduce the size of the solar plexus and the ajna so one can relax. So a lot of times the ajna is so big, it's like the thought forms keep going. But when you relax the ajna, the forehead becomes big, solar becomes small, you become relaxed, and you can see into the inner world. But don't wear them all day long. You become spacey. For rooting, grab a garnet ring. Um, and you can wear a blue stone to help relax after a hard day, to help open up the clairvoyance during healing sessions. And Master Choa Kok Sui used to tell us the energetic effects of diamonds, and he actually wore a diamond on each hand. Diamonds have a hardening effect on the aura of people who wear them. This is great for protection, but can also make the person's willpower and energy harder. So like normally a man gives a woman a diamond when they get married. So say if the woman's like hard headed before or like very willful or opinionated, um, the diamond, as soon as you stick that thing on, the aura becomes hard, and her energy becomes harder. Um, so you can soften this though by giving it an emerald, or you could do a pink stone with the diamond, or amethyst with the diamond, with just diamond by itself. Um, yeah, or I mean, yeah. So yeah, but it's good for protection though. So your wife, or fiance will be more protected. But the energy is harder. And if you have the wrong shaped finger and the wrong shaped diamond, it drills a hole in the aura. Yeah, and we talked about the gemstones absorb the energy of the people wearing them. And so, like the hand me downs or like inherited jewelry, those, especially if it's from like many, many generations, it could have like all kinds of energy and thought forms in it. And it's best not to even put it on unless you can super clean it. It's best to go with brand new gemstone. Not well, I guess it's been around for billions of years, but like um, it's best to start with like new gemstones that nobody's worn before. It's like an amethyst ring, and the bottom is not pointed. It's like a flat bottom. So you can purify your own aura and chakras, homes of negative emotions, and raise your energy vibration. And a lot of times people don't spend enough time clearing their energy, so they let the anger, stress accumulate in your cells, chakras, and organs. You got to clean this stuff out, your daily stress daily, but and also be working on all your stored up stuff. These stagnant energies impact you and they can block you in your relationships, finances, and career. In fact, if you learn how to quickly clear your past emotional baggage and daily stress, it's actually going to save you time and energy and open up channels of abundance in your life. So if you got worry, stress, fear, obstructed thought forms, anger towards women, anger towards men, anger towards your mom or dad, brothers, and so like all that energy affects you and everything that you do. Because everything you see in the world is tinted by that. Everything you do is like, um, like affected by like, I mean, even like elemental. There could be elementals too, where like basically like enough anger built up to where like it actually created like a little like a little entity or whatever, like a being, that like is like hanging out in people's aura, and a lot of times it's sleeping, kind of like dormant. But if something triggers it, it like comes awake and takes them over for a little while. Like people you probably seen where it's called snapping, or like they saw red. They saw red. It means like whole aura turned red with dirty anger energy. Um, but so what happens, like, they have like a flare up, and like this energy takes them over, and their eyes change, and like you start flipping out for a little while. But then when like that energy like dissipates, that energy just goes dormant again, and then they go back to normal until the next time it gets flared up. So all that stuff can be disintegrated, and but yeah. But most people have these things. Um, So rose quartz emits pink energy, and pink is the energy of love. A simple way to use rose quartz is by using a pendant that hangs in the middle of the chest. And sometimes you can put rose oil on it. Oh, it feels so good. And these also absorb psychic attack, but also makes the heart chakra really big. So basically, this helps you radiate more love to the world, and people are attracted to you. Be sure to clean your crystals daily, especially the pendants, under with salt and putting them under running water. And just hold the rose quartz like a ball, I have one over there. Um, which is holding in your hand, and you're in this holding it, you're absorbing pink energy. Solar plexus gets smaller, heart gets bigger. Pink energy floods your body. It's very powerful for stress relief. And of course, always cleanse your stuff with the Om. And you can get these on Amazon or on the Pranic Lifestyle website. Um, and when you consecrate the gemstones, and the consecration is actually in Master Choa Kok Sui's Pranic Crystal Healing book. And we also talk more about other ways to bless crystals. You can program crystals to cleanse and energize relationships. So basically, you can take a pink quartz, add a drop of rose to it, and you hold the crystal in your hand, and you'll say, "Crystal, please absorb and disintegrate any anger, stress, and negative thought forms that Susie may be holding about me, and please absorb and disintegrate any anger, negative thought forms, or stress energy I have about Susie. Thanks for energizing this relationship with pink and gold energy." And then you really have to clean this afterwards because the crystal's absorbing this energy, right? And so you have to take the energy and like clean it away with salt and ohm it. Um, or while this whole process is going on, you can keep it with the salt in front of the ohm and just have this going on. And every I don't know, like you can tell how much stuff is coming off by how dirty the crystal is. Like the first time you do it, it's probably going to be pretty heavy duty. Master Choa Kok Sui recommends wearing a six-pointed star, the Star of David. It helps balance upper chakras and lower chakras. Uh, Makes you like balanced. It's very powerful, and it's great for psychic self-defense. So it absorbs negative energy that's coming to you. So basically, the Star of David is basically two triangles, um, and basically it makes your chakras like balanced. And it's worn like between the here and here, like right in the middle of the chest. And these pendants are worn by lots of healers. And the ones you get from us are already programmed and energized, so it's even more powerful. And this is me, Rocky Patel, Pranic Crystal Healer, author, creator of PranicLifestyle.com, and we've helped thousands of people with everything from disintegrating anger and stress and obstructing thought forms in their finances and blockages in their romantic love life. So that's the end of week one. We'll see you next week on week two. So what I'd like you to be doing between now and next week is go to the store, buy salt, buy instant coffee, and a lot of times you can get the salt. You can get what's called solar salt from like home. Here in the U.S., like from Home Depot, they use it for like water filters or water softening salt. It's like a big bag of salt. If you got access to like a restaurant where you got restaurant supplies or 20, 30, 50 pound bags of salt, you can buy it like that. But a lot of times I just buy it, from Walmart here. Uh, I think it's 5 pounds at a time, 4 or 5 pounds at a time. A couple of those and some instant coffee, decaf, instant coffee. The grain, it's instant coffee. Get some of that. Get eucalyptus oil, tea tree, and lavender. We have all those at PranicLifestyle.com. And start taking salt baths today. Mix it up. Take lavender and salt, or just even salt with coffee if you don't have anything else, and you'll bless it. Pray over it, and bless it with the like divine healing energy. Thank you, God. Thank you, Master Choa Kok Sui, for blessing this salt and coffee with divine healing energy. And you really just let the energy flow for a little bit. And then when you fill the bathtub up, you can also pray over the water and ask that it's blessed with divine healing energy. And then, you put the salt and the coffee in there, and then you get in there and you soak. I mean, I like to play Twin Hearts while I'm in the bathtub. And these are my personal techniques. This is not like, I'm not saying this is taught like in Master Choa Kok Sui's system. It's like a personal thing. But I know a lot of people do it. But like, you're in the tub and you're listening to the healing. I mean, the Twin Hearts, especially the one with the healing on the end. There's one Twin Hearts with psychological healing and one with physical healing, where Master Choa Kok Sui does guided meditation at the end to heal your chakras and aura. So I like to do that, while I'm in the tub. But if you don't have a bathtub, make salt scrub. You take, a couple pounds of salt, put the, 8 ounces of coffee in there, some eucalyptus, some tea tree, and scrub your body at least once a day, morning or night, or both. We got what's called a two-a-day, where you're taking a salt bath or salt shower in the morning and at night. I've taken 3 or 5 baths before, and when I have access to like a swimming pool, I'll purify 10, 20 times a day. Just jump in, jump out, like a lot of these events, like in Bovina, New York, they have the MCS Meditation Center. Master Glenn and Merlike have this, and there's a pond. There's actually several ponds that have been blessed and supercharged your spiritual energy. And this is not like a salt bath. This is like an actual pond, natural water, mountain water, spring water, mountain water, super pure. And I'll go in there 10 times a day, jump in, jump out, or spend more time if I can. And the more I do it, the cleaner I feel. Because when you do like the coffee bath for the first time, you're gonna feel so clean afterwards. But then after a few hours, you're gonna start to feeling like some grunginess, like some stuff getting on you again, and then you want to do it again. And so you'll look forward to doing these things. So I mean, a good time to do it is right before bed, where you wash off the stress of the day, so it doesn't build up in your system. And also, if you don't have the Twin Hearts CD or audio, go to praniclifestyle.com or order Amazon and get the Master Choa Kok Sui Twin Hearts and the Om. You're going to need the Om CD, the Sound of Stillness, and there's other meditations too. And there's the Miracles Through Pranic Healing book. You're going to want that. Advanced Pranic Healing book. Basically, you should order everything. You for sure want to get the basics, though. Miracles Through Pranic Healing, Pranic Crystal Healing, and at least some of the audios. And some of them are instant download, so you can get those very quickly. But yeah, we'll be seeing you next week. And so be taking the salt baths every day and doing your meditations every day. If you already have the Twin Hearts, do it daily. I mean, some people even they'll sleep to it while it's playing. This is not part of the what they teach, but some people will do it when they go to sleep, and they'll be laying there blessing. And Master Choa Kok Sui actually said in a class one time, somebody asked him, "Hey, Master Choa Kok Sui, can I do Twin Hearts while I'm laying in bed?" And he's like, "Yes." I mean, if it's the choice of doing it and not doing it, then I would just do it. Do it. Even though you're supposed to be sitting here and you do all the exercises and you take an hour out of your day to do this. But if you don't have that time, you're on the run. You can do it in the morning, the first 30 minutes before you wake up. You can play it and just kind of and it has a self-healing part too. I love the self-healing. I actually do it every day. But yeah, so you can see more about this stuff at thepraniclifestyle.com, and we'll see you on week 2.